10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Section 107 fair use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we are here to do. Don't go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only. It is my opinion and my opinion only. Baby, if this story right here don't deserve to be on Wacky Wednesday, I don't know what does. The more proof that Chrissy tries to post, the more the story becomes more fishier. I mean, goodness, girl, we know you lied. Stop piling on the more and more to make everybody be able to point out what you lying at more. Girl, it's like, duh, somebody get the dunce cap. We can all see it and you just keep on lingering with it. But honey, let's talk about it, okay? Number one, Chrissy came out here to tell us she was pregnant. She was pregnant by her boo that lived across the seas, and he was flying her over there to have a good time, and he was going to be so successful. First baby, all this crap, right? All this made up story. Then she goes to telling us, oh, look at my this and look at my that, and I'm going to have a baby. It may be twins. I mean, all this clickbaiting. Then it was the big boom. I had a miscarriage, right? She comes out and tells us that. But honey, geez, if we thought that after the story of the miscarriage and the video of the miscarriage was not just enough to put the icing on the cake, she makes another video backtracking. Now she was in the first trimester. When first she was out here, she had a poll going on in the community post that she then, after she had a so-called miscarriage and we could track the timeline, she then erased, all right? But then, okay, she did a live and we was talking about baby registries. We was talking about this. We was talking about that. Gender, all this crap. Then she comes and makes another video talking about was there a heartbeat? And she goes on to tell the story, and we've already talked about how fishy that was. But baby, just when you thought it couldn't get no fishier, you decided you want to start posting evidence, okay? Now, the very first piece of evidence that you dropped, Exhibit A, which was supposed to be a picture of an ultrasound, honey, you had that thing so bent up it looked like a bean on the screen. Nobody can go back and track that. You don't even, we all know your name. You could have showed that it at least belonged to you or a current pregnancy, okay? But then, honey, you want to go out and drop the my chart. Oh my goodness, where do we even start with this my chart? Oh, this my chart is so out of whack. It is so out of whack. First off, I use my chart, right? And this, supposedly, this screenshot of the my chart she has is supposed to show an upcoming appointment, right? An upcoming appointment. That's what that looks like. We have an upcoming appointment. Past appointments look different. So that's what that's supposed to be, okay? Allegedly. Why couldn't you show the date? If everything in timeline of what you say, why did you have to scratch out the date? Now, I understand maybe scratching out the doctor or the location, which typically on the upcoming date, they have that all on one line, right? And so why didn't it just be one line? I mean, you scribbled out everything, you scratched out everything because the timeline doesn't add up. And I don't believe that this is my chart is yours, dear. But then, honey, when you thought it could not get no worse, then you post this wrist. Oh, baby, not with the written on armband. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this is circa 2024, right? I've had surgeries, I've had procedures done, and typically I have a white band on and they scan everything in and out. You got you a little dot, baby, and they scan just like you could scan it on your phone. They just, look, they come up there like you in a register, like you in a grocery line, and that's how they get it. It's been circa 90 since I've seen someone actually write on a wristband. Why do you say that? Because people were writing all kinds of things on wristband. When COVID came along, people writing and touching on paper wristbands was passing around too many germs. They've been done away with it and they've all gotten digital. And when it comes to taking a picture of a wrist, right? First off, they don't even look like your wrist. That wrist look ashy and old and a little crusty. But anywho, my whole thing was when you were doing your I had a miscarriage, they couldn't find a heartbeat video, you were sitting there showing us your nails. Oh, I'm doing my nails to keep my mind off everything. Do you like my nails? Do you see my nails? So if that was the case, when you took a picture of this to say you were resting at home, why didn't you show your nails? And then we would have known, well, these are the nails she just shown on the video. So obviously that's her hand. Because I mean, then we would have known that was your hand, right? You took time out to try and muster the fake tears to do your night skin routine, talk about not finding a heartbeat, and show your fingernails so you could have when was showing all these wristbands. Now I'm going to say this. These wristbands and this my chart, it don't add up whatsoever. I could go into it forever and ever. But one thing I will say, if this is supposed to be true, honey, this is giving me clinic vibes. I know you live in Texas. Are you crossing the border over there and getting some things done that you ain't need to get done? Is you getting some things sucked and tucked that you ain't had no business doing? Hint, hint, if y'all get what I'm saying. Because these proofs and these things that you throwing up here is giving real south of the border clinic vibes. It is not giving anything done in the United States or a reputable medical facility whatsoever. I'm sorry. I mean, I had to burst out laughing because, honey, that's just how fishy it is. Another thing that's mighty fishy with all of this is when she did this "We Can't Find a Heartbeat" video, not once did she mention the so-called father of the child, right? You were out here painting this picture that he was about to fly in, baby. This was his first child. He's about to come to the appointments. He was about to do this. He's about to do that. But every appointment, every doctor visit, and everything else, you showed up by yourself. You didn't say on there, oh, yeah, and the dad, he's coming, and be with me. You didn't say that because he wasn't coming. He wasn't coming. You don't want him there. You're making up every excuse to keep that man as far as possible away. Because any woman that didn't have anything to hide would be like, look, I know you didn't make it to any other appointments, but I do have 9 children, okay? I am nervous about, having this procedure done. This is your child. You can at least come and hold my hand through it. You didn't put that stipulation on him because guess what, baby? It's a fairy tale. And guess what? It's all made up. You don't want him around because you need this story and you need everything to, guess what, fall into place. You're telling him, look, I'm on YouTube, so I'm going to share it with my YouTube family. So that has to make it true. He must not know very much about you. But I'm going to tell you what, he didn't look too far because 9 kids and 8 baby daddies, honey, you wouldn't have to do too much. If I was him, I would have had to been there on the scene, okay? I would have had to been there to make sure that the ultrasound was A-OK. I would have been asking for some DNA amniotic fluid testing. Baby, I would have been asking for a lot of things. But guess what? It's Chrissy, so everything's passing. But when I tell y'all it don't add up, and I hope y'all not falling for it and buying into it, and I'm going to say this again. Not every case is the same. We're talking about hers. So I can't wait to see what y'all got to say in the comments below.